Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft. And joining me right now is Josh Disbrow. He's the CEO of Aytu BioPharma. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is AYTU on NASDAQ. And Aytu will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase Vegas, in partnership with MicroCap Club, taking place April 22 through 24, 2025 at the Paris Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. For more information to register to meet with Josh, to see their presentation in person, please register to attend at planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Josh, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Doing great, Robert. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to presenting and being at the conference here coming up later this month.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to having you as well. So, yeah, listen, it's kind of great. I was going through our archives. I could have sworn we've done an interview before. I know I've known the company for a long time, but for those that don't know the story or haven't been or aren't familiar with A2, can you give us that quick overview and history of the company?
Yeah, happy to. The company is just about to celebrate its 10th anniversary, and company uplisted to NASDAQ in October. And since that time, have been really on a tear, having put the company together through multiple acquisitions, culminating with the acquisition of Therapeutics shortly after the pandemic. We closed on that deal in March of 21. And so the company has really bolstered its revenue line, built out its portfolio. We're a company now that's focused on ADHD and pediatrics. Our model has been entirely around M&A, building the company through strategic acquisitions. And the company now, as I said, is focused on these ADHD assets, focused on pediatric assets, trailing revenues in the $61-62 million range if you look at it over the last 12 months. EBITDA positive consistently for the last 2+ years. And so the company's really gotten well positioned here as we've streamlined some operations over the last year or so.
Absolutely. So, what would you say makes A2 unique and different compared to some of your peers out there or current standard of care that you're competing against?
There's a couple of things unique about us. First of all, I think our approach, it is quite unique in how we have put the company together, and that we've largely done that through licensing. So we don't take on regulatory or clinical risk as a pharmaceutical company. So we take on the commercial risk. We acquire assets that are already on the market, have already gone through the clinical development process, have already been FDA approved. And so we've minimized that risk to virtually zero to focus on commercialization, which is, of course, risky, and that you have to deal with payers, public and private. You have to deal with, obviously, physicians adopting your products, but we would rather take on that risk because it's much more predictable. So that's one thing that makes us unique as a company in pharma that does not do any of its own R&D, but rather focuses on licensing assets. And in terms of our assets themselves, we have two ADHD assets that really do stand apart in that they are the only orally disintegrating tablet extended release stimulants in the market. The ADHD market is largely dominated by stimulants such as Adderall and Concerta. Our products compete directly with those large products, but we compete on the basis of them, first of all, being orally disintegrating tablets, so they work very quickly. They last a full 12 hours. But importantly, we're very unique in how we approach patient access at A2. We have a proprietary in-house built program called A2 RX Connect, which is really second to none in that it's a unique patient access program whereby we ask physicians to prescribe our products, send the prescription to a partner pharmacy, and we guarantee, dare I say, guarantee that patients pay no more than $50 for our products on a copay if they go through our network and utilize our system. That's an unheard of benefit to patients these days when patients are many times paying hundreds of dollars out of pocket and often not even getting their products on time. They're getting their prescriptions filled weeks or months late due to shortages. Our products have never been in short supply. We've never had a back order, and we always guarantee that patients never pay more than $50 out of pocket if they're commercially insured. So a second to none program we call RX Connect that really separates the company from the competition.
Next question that I have for you is, prior to founding and being the CEO of I2, what was your background previous to this?
Say serial entrepreneurship has characterized the back half of my career. Spent my entire career in pharmaceuticals, having started off as a sales rep with one of the large pharma companies, advanced through that organization, and at a relatively young age went to smaller startup organizations. At the age of 31, my twin brother Jarrett and I, who's co-founder also of A2, started a company called Arbor Pharmaceuticals and launched that company from scratch. Built it to over $250 million in annualized revenue through a similar model of licensing and acquiring assets. And we exited our position in 2015 when a large private equity firm bought our family's equity stake out, having valued that company at over $1 billion. And so We had quite a bit of success prior to founding Aytu, which we founded shortly thereafter in 2015, and are following a similar model and on a similar trajectory in the context of the types of products we're looking at and how we're building the company through strategic M&A. So my background is largely on the entrepreneurial side, building companies, launching products, in licensing assets, raising capital, but all with an eye towards knowing what physicians want, how they think, and how they prescribe, given the fact that I was a drug rep many years ago right out of college. And so I harken back to those days to really inform a lot of what we do in the context of the types of products that we bring into the fold here at A2.
Very good. All right, to close us out here today, Josh, from what you could tell us, what would you then say are some of the company's value catalysts and goals for the duration of 2025?
Yeah, some really exciting things on the horizon for the company as we look forward. First and foremost, we've really gotten the company right-sized, and that we've positioned ourselves for consistent EBITDA positive. We think we can get to net income positive here in the relative near term, such that we're generating cash. Slightly further out from there, we think we can utilize some of that cash flow to begin bolstering the portfolio a bit. We just launched a smallish asset in the ADHD category that's just kind of getting out of the gates now that we're excited to see how that's unfolding. So to see how that product grows and adds to our top line and ultimately get to the point of consistent cash flow and being able to invest in new opportunities. And look, we're always looking for new tuck-in assets that we can bring into the portfolio that the sales force can sell to their physician customers. And so we think there will be some exciting opportunities to showcase to investors in the form of potential new product opportunities. And look, we have some opportunities because we do have, meaningful cash on the balance sheet. At the end of the year, we had over $20 million in cash. And so we're excited about how well we're positioned from both a financial perspective, how well the products are performing, how the company is financially turning the corner in the context of getting to cash flow break even and cash flow, and then some new product opportunities that we think we can tuck in to really bolster the story going forward. So lots to look forward to here as we move through 2025.
Very good. Well, Josh, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on A2?
You can go to aytubio.com. Look for the investor section of our website. We've got our corporate deck there, and an opportunity to contact us or contact information there included on our website. So look forward to having folks visit the website there, and hopefully look forward to seeing folks in Vegas at the Planet MicroCap conference.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe, and I'll see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas. Thanks.